morning. It was overcast and there was a bit of drizzle. Typical, like when you get up here, because we're in high country, sometimes you get the cloud comes in and you get like a really strong mist with a fair bit of drizzle. I decided to go out hunting this morning to get a couple of, on that morning to get a couple of rabbit. And I went to walk down towards McEwan's Creek, down off the main road where I parked the car, and went hiking through the scrub. And I was down in a fairly rough area in the middle of, between two valleys in like a gorge. I've come down the bottom of the gorge and that's when I saw it. And when I first saw it, I thought it was a deer because it was big. But when I took a closer look and the smell of it, that's one thing. The thing that struck me almost immediately was the stench. It stunk really badly. That was terrifying. I was absolutely terrified. At first I didn't know what it was. Like I said, I thought it was deer. But when I looked closer and I realised it was humanoid, it was like a man, like a giant man in a giant ape suit. That's what it looked like. No discernible neck. Like I said, I didn't see its face. I only saw its back as it was going through the scrub. And as it was moving off through the scrub, I brought the rifle up and I actually took a shot at it. But that didn't have any effect on it whatsoever. It just kept going.
Now, what kind of country is it? I mean, just describe it. Was it foresty or scrubby or what was it?
It's pine forest interspersed with native forest. And the area that I actually saw this thing is a fairly rough area, a lot of fallen trees, and it's in native bush. The sighting actually happens in native bush. It's rugged as all hell, really steep gorge.
Going down the gorge or coming up?
I was going down into the gorge, yep.
Open enough for you to see this thing moving?
Put it this way, to walk through the area is fairly hard because it's got a lot of fallen trees and stuff, and there's a lot of growth and stuff like that, but I did have a clear line of sight to where it was, yes.
Did this thing sort of move through the trees as you watched it, or was it in an open area?
It was moving through the scrub, shit, yeah. And it was moving fairly quickly. By the time I noticed it, it was moving away from...
Parallel or directly away from you?
Off at about a 45-degree angle, I suppose, heading down towards the creek.
This creature, you said it was 2 metres plus?
Yeah, it's huge. It was huge.
How big are you? How tall are you?
I'm 6'2".
What do you think the height of this thing was?
This was at least 2 metres tall. It was huge. It's nothing I've never seen before in my life. Yeah. Not even a gorilla.
And what do you think this thing weighed?
If I take a stab, at least as much as a horse. I'm saying 200. At least 200. It looked like a matted dog. You know how dog hair gets matted? That's what it looked like. Dark brown.
And you're talking quite long hair then?
Yes, quite long.
Was it the same sort of hair all over the body?
Yes.
Was it solid or was it lanky?
Oh, it was huge. That's why I was terrified. Because the size of it, I thought to myself, well, it could easily take me apart just from its appearance, you know what I mean?
Did you see sort of muscles or just big and with hair?
Oh, it was huge. It was huge and it stunk.
What was the smell like?
Like dead animal.
When did you smell the smell? Before you saw it or after?
Just before. I thought it was a dead animal. Just before I saw it.
And did the smell vary at all when you saw it or just was strong when you...
No, very strong pungent odour. So the closest thing I smelled to it would be a dead animal.
Did you actually see arms or legs?
I saw its arms, yes.
Were they short or long arms?
Long. And very, very thick. The only thing that struck me as being different was its neck. It didn't appear to have any neck as such.
You saw legs?
I saw its legs, all shit, yeah.
Was the hair the same kind of colour and thickness all over the body?
Same all over, yep. From shoulder to shoulder, this thing would have been about 4 feet across from shoulder to shoulder. The head rising between probably about half that distance. Yes, very big.
You said it was sort of big and solid and quite tall. Was it the same sort of, you saw it from the back, did it taper in or was it the same width all the way down? Like kind of like a door or something?
Oh, this thing was huge at the top. The top end of it was huge.
Did it have like a waist or did it just...
No, it was evenly proportioned. My first impression was a gorilla, but different colour.
What made you take a pot shot at it? Just
instinct.
Yeah, and you got one shot off?
Yep.
Did you see the shot hit?
No.
But you reckon
Probably
you would...
missed it.
Yeah.
I was, like I said, I was in such a state I probably missed.
So this thing took off, and you were just standing there.
Yeah.
What happened after that?
I shit myself. I went straight back to the car and pissed off.
Do you know the owners of the property?
Yes.
Did you mention it to them ever?
No.